But to me, this is, and we had this conversation before. I talked this about Davis as well. To me, the worst aspect of Clubhouse are people who are actively getting scammed by niggas who are claiming that they're experts and they're not experts. That is, I mean, so like, nigga, if you're on Clubhouse, y'all niggas on Clubhouse, right? Stop giving people YouTube advice when you are not a YouTuber or you haven't uploaded on YouTube in months, or you don't have that much of a following, or that your background on YouTube is something that occurred 5-6 years ago. Stop. The amount of YouTube rooms I've been in sub-irrelevant niggas giving like concrete information to people who are trying to be up-and-coming YouTubers is scary, bro. It is scary. And they're giving them bad information.
Horrible information.
Like the amount of times I've heard people say you need to buy Google ad spots to promote your own YouTube channel. It's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous.
Bro, Lo, he was in a room where a guy was trying to explain how to use hashtags on YouTube.
Oh yeah, he kept saying hashtags. I was like, nigga, you talking about A, just tags, and B, he was making it seem like tags or hashtags were like the end all be all and they were so important. I was like, nigga, spend more time on the fucking thumbnail. Spend more time on the title. Matter of fact, spend more time on the content. Off of the title alone and how many times they've been recommending you to other people, they already know your audience already. They already understand the concept of your audience. Sure, the tags matter and they'll help a little bit, but nigga, the fact that we even had, I was like, why are we having a conversation about hashtags right now?
Shit is sad. People feel, here's what I think. I think people
like to hear themselves talk.
Yes, and they also want to feel important, and they could do that by exaggerating their self-worth to people online. Yep. And then you could double check and you could check on people's YouTube channel. It's like, damn, man, that's the person that's giving advice. That's a tough scene. And here's the thing, like, I was in a room a couple of days ago with somebody that I knew for a fact knew infinitely more about YouTube than me.
Yes.
So then when people ask questions, I didn't even answer because I was like, nothing I say is going to be better advice than the person in the room who I think is the best at this.
Yes.
So I didn't say shit.
And like, that person wasn't even a mod.
Yes. But it's
which
like,
irritated me. I'm like, y'all niggas, y'all nobody ass niggas is going to talk over this nigga right now. What's up with y'all? What's the problem? What's up?
Yeah, that shit had me feeling some type
of
way.
Your 5,000 subscribers mean nothing right now, bro.
I was like, yo, what's up with these people, man? Everyone wants to kind of feel like, yeah, like they get a lot of like validation in feeling like they help someone. And so they create these rooms and they're like, it's about helping people. And the amount of times I've heard creating value.
Yes.
Creating value. And it's like, it's true, but also I'm getting fucking tired of hearing it.
How many times you heard, make sure y'all follow everybody on the stage, everybody follow each other, make sure y'all go through everybody's page. This is what we here to add value to each other. We here to share information. We here for each other. So make sure y'all follow everybody. I'm like, nigga, just because y'all have these artificial inflated numbers on Clubhouse does not mean anything, bro.
Yeah. And so, yeah, in my opinion, it's sad because there was a couple times, and I'm sure these are just rooms I've been in, where they just gave objectively horrible advice. And because I happened to be on the stage and I knew what I was doing, I saved people's careers. There was a videographer, bro, starting out on YouTube. He's like, hey, Jen, I love your videos. He asked the question, right? He basically asked, like, yeah, how do I grow my YouTube channel? Generic question. All right, that's an impossible question to answer in 2 minutes or in a short period of time. But somebody was like, yeah, what you need to do is you need to start putting like keywords in your title. And I was like, why are you telling him that? But then I let him continue to see, and he's like, that way your videos are going to pop on search. And I was like, man, this could be potentially horrible advice. So then I waited till he was done potentially trying to ruin this new videographer's career. And I asked a couple good questions. I was like, first of all, what's your goal with this channel? And he's like, boom, 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 boom. Because you have to see first what they want to do with it before.
Which is so weird because that's now becoming a thing that they're doing now. Because I believe people like me, you, and the other person we were talking about, like people who actually are big on YouTube, there's the only way we can answer it is if we give you follow-up questions, right?
Yeah, otherwise we're just throwing answers in the air.
But that wasn't when I first got on. That wasn't a thing. People would just say generic things, and they would give them generic answers, and people would be like, "Oh, I didn't even think about that." And I'm like, it might not even apply to your channel, so that's the reason why you didn't think about it, nigga. Like that's why. But you're right. You had to ask them follow-ups to give them a legitimate answer.
Yeah. So then after I asked them the follow-ups, I was like, yeah, don't listen. And I actually said like, yeah, I wouldn't do search at all if I were you. I'd optimize for recommended and for suggested, because that's where the bulk of your views are most likely to come from. Don't spam keywords in your fucking title. That is not the way. And then everyone else in the chat, like there was 2 or 3 other people that jumped in, were like, oh, that might apply for your gaming channel, as if to like relegate my abilities on YouTube to just the one gaming channel I have. And I was like, okay, so we're going to do that. All right. Well, I have an AMP channel that has 600K in a year. And on that channel, we did 3 videos that are like the type of videos that he likes to do. And on those videos, we position them like this, and they perform like this. And on this other channel, I did this type of video. And so, and then they were like, oh, but like you're talking about like the algorithm. And I was like, man, you guys, your knowledge on the topic is so fucking preliminary.
And then you go on their page, and I'm like, nigga, you haven't uploaded in 4 months, nigga. Shut the fuck up right now,
okay,
bro.
So here's the thing. So when I hop in like relationship Clubhouse rooms, even if I get on the stage, I don't be up there giving advice to nobody.
Because you're not in a relationship.
Nor am I an expert on relationships. And so I feel like I'd just be talking on my ass if I started to give advice to people about relationships. And so I feel like people should just move with the same level of respect, because it is respect to not potentially sabotage someone's career prospects or relationship with bad advice. Bad advice can be dangerous, man.
But here's the more fucked up part about it. And this is why I said, and I'm being so, do not get scammed on Clubhouse, because I'm already seeing niggas getting scammed. And when I say, I'm not saying that because of bad advice, I'm saying that because there's people on Clubhouse who are positioning themselves as experts, right? As they position themselves as experts, they're then saying, I have this YouTube course and you're able to grow big. All you gotta do is just apply for this YouTube course. And they're selling courses, they're selling ebooks. Oh, there's literally rooms that are literally saying, explain people how to sell an ebook and stuff like that, be claimed as an expert. And it's like, y'all niggas are not actually experts.
Yes.
Y'all are not experts.
There was the room that I was in yesterday that I pinged you in. Mm-hmm. In that room, there was a lady in there who asked a question that made it clear that like she just started out on YouTube and she saw like a lot of success off rip, and she was asking how to follow it up or whatever. So then I went through her page because she was like, this is pretty interesting. But then I found out she was selling courses on how to grow as a legal professional on YouTube. And I was like, but you don't know how to do that yet neither though. And that's fine. You can learn, like that's all shit you can learn, but then you can't be teaching people how to do it because you don't know neither. And it's like, the reality is if you want like basic level information on stuff that exists online, you know what I'm saying? And even, especially when it comes to YouTube, YouTube has a whole creator academy where you can learn all the basics. So when you want to learn the advanced stuff, that's when you need to find people who know what they're talking about. But it's difficult to find those people because people will put on a facade like they know what they're talking about. But then as you learn, you quickly be able to identify the people that know what the fuck they're saying and then people that's BSing.
I just, because the amount of times I go into a room and I see niggas say just reckless shit is so odd to me. And to my advice to people out there, because I even tell people all the time, like, if I'm in a YouTube room and you do makeup, I straight up tell them, like, I can give you like surface level advice, but I legitimately don't know what's going to work in your space. So a lot of times I end up just telling people, study your space, study your genre, understand what works and what doesn't work, because that's really what's going to help you even when you start to pivot. So because there's plenty of people who just like, I just want to get my mark, I want to be monetized and stuff like that. All right, cool. So this is what you do. All right, so since that's all you want to do, all right, cool. Or there's some people who are trying to get the subscriber count number. All right, cool. This is what you want to do. All right, cool. Do that. But if you want to actually stay relevant, if you want to build on YouTube, stay relevant for a long time, make this an actual living and not just like passable income of like $500 to $1,000 each month, like some bullshit like that. There's way more to just these surface level, advice that people are giving on Clubhouse, claiming that they're experts. And the reality is, the only way that you're going to stay relevant on YouTube is if you do your own due diligence, is if you study what's happening in your community, is if you study your analytics. Like, it was like we were literally in a room breaking down like the analytics, like how to go to the analytics and go through your page and stuff like that, to plenty of people in the room. And I was like, nigga, how long has this room been active? And he was like, oh, this room been active for, first of all, there's like plenty of rooms that have been active for like over a day. I don't know how the fuck that's even possible. But he was like, yeah, this room is like been going on for 2 days now. And I was like, this is the first time y'all been doing this in 2 days? Y'all not even explain to niggas how to check analytics?
They just be saying that. They just, the amount of times I've seen people say dive in your analytics, but it's like, I don't know. It's there was a room I was in where there was like an expert and there was like a wannabe expert, and the wannabe expert kept giving advice, and the expert would jump in there like, oh, he said this, well, he meant this. He kept correcting him because it's like, you know how dangerous the saying the wrong thing could be. When people ask me,
I said I had to do the same thing too.
Yeah, but it's like, why people are so obsessed with themselves that they're willing to derail someone else's life so they could feel better. And the reality is that other person is never going to attribute like their thing fucking up to that bad advice. You know what I'm saying? They're not even going to think about that. They're not going to think about the 17 different people that told him like, yeah, just cut it off or keep it going or whatever the advice was. I don't know. I just find that app fascinating, man. The amount of fucking life coaches I see on there
is ridiculous.
Life coaches with courses and consultations.
And what's I always say this too. How many like people who do really well on YouTube, how many of them are actually selling courses to also do well on YouTube? I think Logan Paul might have been the only nigga, right?
Nah, Jake
Paul, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anybody else.
But that's it. Like, if I'm doing well on YouTube, I don't need to sell you anything to do well on YouTube, because that's how I make my money, is to do well on YouTube. Like, I've never met a nigga who went into a room who's giving advice for YouTube or actively seeking to give advice to people who then turn around and says, I'm now going to start charging for this advice. That doesn't make any sense, because I'm actively going out of my way to search people who want the advice. So I just tell people all the time, and upcoming YouTubers and stuff like that, bro. As someone who has made a living off of YouTube, a very lucrative one, I just tell people all the time, bro. I give people advice out for free daily. I don't care about it. You can be successful in what you want to be in. I'm not trying to earn anything on the back end off of this advice that I'm giving you.